Ready? Smithville Board of Alderman meeting is now called to order. Please join us in the pledge led by Mason Malone from. Right there is good. This one.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, guys. Thanks, guys. First item on the agenda is the consent agenda. Alderman Culver.
I move to approve the consent agenda.
Thank you. Alderman Server.
Second.
Second by Alderman Server. Any discussion? All those in favor of approving the consent agenda say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. Motion carries. So that I can get the scouts out of here early, I have a proclamation for them. I'll get that done first, and then we'll move on to the rest. Mason, you want to come up? And Lyndon, you're out of uniform, and you can come up. There you go. So it's Scout Week, right? Something like that. So, it's 109 years of scouting. You take us home with you. So, the Boy Scouts of America have been at the forefront of instilling timeless values in youth since its foundation in 1910. And this national youth movement was made serving others through its values-based program, its mission, and the Boy Scouts of America is committed to helping millions of youth succeed by providing the support, friendship, and mentoring necessary to live a happy and fulfilling life. You can read through the rest of it later as well. I, Damian Bowley, Mayor of Smithville, Missouri, do hereby designate February 3rd through 9th as Boy Scouts Anniversary Week. Thank you for coming. Thanks for being a scout. We're back down to 5, I guess. All right. And then Mayor's report. January 18th, Community Leaders Lunch in St. Luke's in Connecticut at Eagle Heights. The 24th, I attended the economic update at iWorks, and then Harbor Lakes HOA, Alderman Starboard, happens to also be our HOA, but they invited us as council members. Meeting at Soiree, lunch with Don Hanks, the meeting in Trimble, and then the meeting back downtown at the business owner on the 25th. 26th, I gave the Clay County 4-H Fair Committee a tour of downtown. They decided they're going to have a fair here. They should be getting that paperwork in. That'd be a 3-day event, and we'd meet all Clay County 4-H. On the 27th, I attended the Girl Scout recognition at the library. 28th, we had our work session. The 30th was the extension student training. It was another day like tomorrow's like rainy, snowy, icy Wednesday. We met here and we talked about Wildflower Park. The Parks Department got a shed up there quickly. Ground was frozen so they could start some park planning. They're going to have a meeting Saturday in the park. So anybody that lives up in that area wants to go and go kind of talk about what they want to plant in the park, how they want to vision that out. 4-H has some people that are doing woodworking projects and different stuff. So we'll be up there Saturday at 3 o'clock. 31st, I attended the Heritage District meeting. The 1st of February, I had a meeting with KC Coyote Isotech. On the 2nd, we had a Harvesters Mobile Food Pantry. Thank you, Alderman Atkins, for helping me get that coordinated. It's a great event. And then last night, we had the school board liaison meeting, which brings us to item number 5 on the agenda, committee reports. Alderman Chevalier.
Thank you. Yeah, we had a very productive meeting yesterday, last evening with the school board, Hawkshoots and members of the school board. Just kind of went over from our side, just some housing permits and some of our development milestones we've got. One thing they brought up to us was the student growth kind of remaining flat right now. So we're not seeing a lot of opportunities there for right now. We got some budget constraints. I think they're working on coming up with a plan to take care of that. finally, we've talked about, we're looking at possibly doing some drug testing for folks doing extracurricular activities. And there's a forum, March 5th at 6:30. Right here?
Yes.
Yes.
So with that forum going on the same night we normally have our Alderman meeting, I know there's quite a few parents and Aldermen that would like to attend that. So we will have our board meeting on that Monday on the 4th. So anyone that wants to attend that forum can, and it's also the night we'll be talking about water rates, correct? So I'll make sure plenty of people from the community can attend our meetings. Yep. Gives us a month, plenty of time to give notice to everyone with our regular meetings. All right, next is the city administrator's report. Ms. Wagner, do you have anything to report?
A few items in addition to the information that was included in the packets. We'll provide an update. As you all are aware, citizen surveys were mailed a week ago this past Friday. I initially thought I had a report to provide to you that we had 169 survey responses received. That was as of Friday of last week. Yesterday I had a call from the consultant. They had over 500 responses. And they are only looking for a sample size of 300, so they'll start the analysis of that information now. I'm hopeful that we will have final information around mid-March to be able to provide a review. The RFQs for citizen strategic planning and review process proposals are due tomorrow, so we've had a number of firms with questions about that process. So I'm hopeful that we'll have a number to review on a committee comprised of the mayor, Alderman Wilson, Blomker, and Kelly at the Montessori School will review those and make determinations and recommendations to move forward and start with the process there. This morning, Alicia Neff at Munchie Chevy Boutique, as well as Carol Noker with the Chamber, Nikki and myself went to Jeff City for a Main Street Missouri program. Really good information that we brought back. I think both Carol and Alicia were pleased with the information that they received. Some takeaways on that I think were really important for them to hear and start pushing or providing information to the community is that a successful downtown benefits the entire community. Some opportunities in the coming weeks and months to involve some additional people in meetings with Missouri Main Street, some opportunities in looking at what we could look at there, potential grant processes. We had planned to stay for a lunch and learn, but weather required that we really wanted to get on the road, so we missed Chillicothe's Main Street, presented some information. We have contact there, and actually Nikki's already been contacting them, trying to put a group together to take a kind of field trip up to Chillicothe and understand what's going on there. So really good outcome for that meeting today. At your places, I've provided the December 2018, so it's the end of year information from the Kansas City Home Builders Association on building permits. So I've broken down by county. Clay County numbers, about 20% of the total permits issued in Clay County in 2018 were in Smithville. As far as numbers go, we are second only to Kansas City, Missouri in Clay County. So tremendous growth that continues. And finally, I think that is all. The only other item is to remind those of you who are interested in the State of the City's luncheon on the 28th, correct, Linda? To RSVP to Linda.
Awesome. Next item on the agenda is agenda item number 7. Alderman Magnus.
I move to approve bill number 2827-19, go bottom, first reading.
Alderman Schindler.
Second.
Alderman Chevalier. Any discussion? All right. Clerk, please call roll.
Alderman Atkin.
Aye.
Alderman Sarver.
Aye.
Alderman Wilson.
Aye.
Alderman Chevalier.
Aye.
Alderman Hurlbert.
Aye.
5-0.
Motion carries. Ms. Wagner, please read the bill.
An ordinance authorizing the issuance of not to exceed $3,625,000 principal amount of general obligation bonds, Series 2019 of the City of Smithville, Missouri, and certain other documents and actions by the city.
Thank you. Next item on the agenda is number 8. Alderman Wilson.
I move to approve bill number 2828-19, amending section 155.100 of the municipal code pertaining to the Economic Development Committee, first reading.
Thank you. Alderman Sarver.
Second.
Thank you. Discussion? Any questions? Alderman Holbrook.
One question I have is just the vagueness that comes with it, just reading it as very active in the Smithville community. The goal is to make it open to people, for example, who live in the school district and not in city limits. Why not just spell it out like that as, who is a resident of Smithville School District?
I think it's also to include folks like Scott Pearson, who he wasn't the chamber president, but he's very active in the chamber. Could still serve on EDC, other business owners, other chamber members. So we could list out all the different organizations in town. Rotary as well, right? Although doesn't live here, but he has a business interest here. But there's others like that are involved with Rotary and different organizations. So I think that's part of the vagueness. Is there some way we could better define it, or
I think we could potentially look at language that would include active in civic organizations within the community.
I mean, that's fine. My concern is just that, if we were trying to fit, wide it and not make it too wide, I get that, but my concern is just, yes, the board is always a fallback and we have to approve these folks, but I just like to make sure that we have some clarity to what exactly we're looking for, so we're not left to generalities for a board 20 years down the road.
And I think, the goal was to, as the mayor said, was to ensure that we had the opportunity for those who were involved in the community and the community at large.
I'd just say that language mirrors, we've found a few other samples of other cities and similar, and I think you're never going to capture everything if you attempt to. One thing I would say is in the application, there will become an other, and I think you all should expect that the mayor give a pretty specific explanation of what their involvement in the community is. So we'll get an application from them and kind of ask if they explain and give a resume. And I guarantee he's going to vet that thoroughly before we bring it to you all. So I think that can be spelled out in the application, kind of clarifying it. I think if, just kind of like I said, this is kind of consistent with other similar language, and the more narrow you get, the more you might have to amend this in 10 months. So it's finding that balance between being flexible, but also, like you said, not being, too open-ended.
and Nikki kind of mentioned also, we are looking at that process of how we find people for boards, and having them interview with us. People are going to interact with also staff, submitting a resume, showing that they truly do want to be on that board and committed to doing the work and not just feel obligated because they were appointed. So it's really trying to narrow that focus, get people that. So.
Well, I applaud trying to get it wider, because my hope is, it's not reality where we're at right now, but down the road that we're able to spin off the EDC onto its own 501c3 and fit the city out of the direct EDC business. We contribute as a contributing partner, get us out of the whole management of the EDC eventually. So I applaud trying to get, a wider scope, because we do need a wider scope than just city limits, and we're going to benefit the entire town. So. Yeah, beyond that, that's just my concern, is that to act in the community is just maybe a little too vague.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else? Comments?
I would just mirror what Josh said, so if you've got an application process, that you can vet them through that process, I think that would help.
That helps.
I agree.
Okay.
And like you said, I mean, ultimately, the board will approve it anyways, right? So I mean, if we see something
There's a
like,
full piece of
put out some weirdo, right, we would,
Yeah. Yeah, look out for those. Keep me honest, John, thanks. All right, any other discussion? All right, clerk, please call roll.
Alderman Hurlbert,
No.
Alderman Chevalier,
aye.
Alderman Wilson,
No?
Alderman Sarver,
Aye.
Alderman Atkins,
Aye.
3-2.
Motion fails. Moving on to. Sorry.
It can be, correct me if I'm wrong, Jack, can the wording be changed and brought back next, for second reading next week?
Yeah.
Or next
Yeah, I mean,
week?
if it fails as it's presented.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
Moving on to agenda item number 9, resolution 665. Alderman Chevalier.
Yeah, I'd like to reflect, I'm going to recuse myself from this discussion due to the issues with my employer.
Thank you. Alderman Hoover.
I move to approve resolution 665, the driveway agreement with Verizon.
Thank you. Alderman Atkins.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor of approving resolution 665, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say no. Motion carries. Should we tell Johnny to come back? Where's your blindfold? How's your gonna bird box? All right. Next item is agenda item number 10. Alderman Holbrook.
Mr. Mayor, I would just like to note for the record that I will be abstaining from this discussion vote.
I see it right there. You don't understand at all. All right, Alderman Wilson.
I move to approve resolution 666, recreational trails program grant application.
Thank you. Alderman Sarver.
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion? All right, all those in favor of approving resolution 666, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say no. Motion carries. Alderman Tolbert abstains due to his conflict. Public comment, I have one card, is that correct? Mr. Horrocks, you have 3 minutes. Please state your name and address for the record.
David Horrocks, 18415 North Main, Smithville, Missouri. On the agreement that I get to Cindy, I don't know, did you pass out those two?
That is a topic of discussion later this evening in our executive session. We'll be discussing that, as I indicated to you when you brought it in.
Okay, a couple of those things I'd like to comment on. Cindy put out the building permits are up 20% for all of Clay County. That is something that I did help do in this whole thing, because the majority of those permits are north of Smithville there, I would imagine, because that's the area that's really going up there. And all those taps, those are, I feel, by giving up what I said on it, for the city to install the extension across that creek, gave that up. Like I said, what it cost me to do that up here on 169 for that one house, going 100, and that was about 125 feet for that house, to put that sewer in, was well over 20,000 to do that. By doing what the city wanted me to do, digging up the street, pouring everything, and doing that pipe by drilling it. So I feel that I've given up from the property that I bought from Roger. I'm giving that up, but I still want those paid for those easements by the way that was put forward to me wanted to do it this way from Jack and from Cindy. And Jack said that you guys need to put that all forward to get this settled for further boards, not to have to deal with that, so.
Yep, it's agenda item number 15. We'll be discussing that in executive session.
Okay.
Thank you. All right, next item on the agenda is agenda item number 12, appointments to the Legacy Fund Advisory Board. We have 5, correct? Yep. Okay. So the first one, I nominate Werner Belda to the Legacy Fund Advisory Board. Clerk, please call roll.
Alderman Chevalier.
Aye.
Alderman Hurlbert.
Aye.
Alderman Atkins.
Aye.
Alderman Sarver.
Aye.
Alderman Wilson. Aye. 5-0.
Nomination carries. Next, I nominate Don Kramer to the Legacy Fund Advisory Board. Clerk, please call roll.
Alderman Wilson. Aye. Alderman Sarver.
Aye.
Alderman Atkins.
Aye.
Alderman Hurlbert.
Aye.
Alderman Chevalier.
Aye.
5-0.
Nomination carries. Next, I nominate Bob Foster to the Legacy Fund Advisory Board. Clerk, please call roll.
Alderman Hurlbert.
Aye.
Alderman Chevalier.
Aye.
Alderman Wilson. Aye. Alderman Sarver.
Aye.
Alderman Atkins.
Aye.
5-0.
Nomination carries. Next, I nominate Jennifer Langston Justice to the Legacy Fund Advisory Board. Clerk, please call roll.
Alderman Atkins.
Aye.
Alderman Sarver.
Aye.
Alderman Wilson. Aye. Alderman Chevalier.
Aye.
Alderman Hurlbert.
Aye.
5-0.
Nomination carries. Next, I nominate Dylan Novak to the Legacy Fund Advisory Board. Clerk, please call roll.
Alderman Chevalier.
Aye.
Alderman Hurlbert.
Aye.
Alderman Wilson. Aye. Alderman Sarver.
Aye.
Alderman Atkins.
Aye.
5-0.
Motion carries. Nikki, you have your board. Next is item number 13 on the agenda. I was contacted by a couple of you aldermen on this one. After Carney had their article in the paper, so having a little discussion on the Board of Aldermen length of term. I do have, I think it's in the packet as well. This isn't? Okay. But we did provide date or elections if this is something we want to do, but I'll open this up to discussion among the board. Alderman Sarver.
Yeah, it looks like to me that it'd be a good idea because every year we have a potential of 50% turnover. Doesn't always happen, it's not going to happen this year. This board's going to be able to stay together for 2 years because no one else ran. But the potential is always there for 50%. And with that, there's a learning curve. You know, it takes months to really learn everything you need to learn. And in some ways, even a year, because you get to the budget later in the year and you're learning throughout the year. And by the time that year is over, you have a 50% turnover in the Alderman again. I would think it'd be good for the staff maybe too, to be able to deal with work for 2 years solid. I mean, with 4-year terms, we would have 2 years solid together and not be changing every year. And I know that isn't always going to happen, but the potential is always that it could change every year, 50% of the board. So I see some advantages of doing that.
Thank you. Alderman Chevalier.
I echo those same thoughts. I think that limiting the amount of turnover helps some of our ideas gain steam, and we don't have to constantly possibly worry about another board coming in next year changing direction. I think it's just good to have some of that, some out there. Another thing is I believe that we'll save some money by not having elections every single year, which definitely will be helpful to this. But other than that, I think it would be a positive step. Finally, Congress is something that I agree with.
What's that? Carney, did something you're agree with? Gotcha. Alderman Holbert.
I would counter this. The 2 reasons I like 2-year terms. One is just the recent experience we've had here on the board, where the last 2 election cycles we have not had any opposition to any of us here on the board. mayors that could actually have faced opposition. My concern is by making it 4-year terms, it's going to be damaging to get people to make that kind of commitment as well, a 4-year commitment as opposed to a 2-year commitment. The other concern I have is by keeping it at 2-year terms, that means we're also the most responsive to our constituents and where they feel at the time, and also to the feeling of the population at the time. In the U.S. House, it's always been known as the People's House because it changes every 2 years given to what the public mood is at that time. I think having 2-year terms makes us as a body a little bit closer to the general population, a little bit more responsive to where they feel at that time, because we're got to be held accountable every 2 years as opposed to every 4 years.
Thank you. Alderman Atkins.
I feel if we're going to obtain our vision and goals, we're going to need some consistency, and it won't come overnight. So the 4-year term, I think, will benefit us in the long run.
Alderman Blumpker's not here to weigh in, but Alderman Wilson.
I don't know that a 4-year term is the right term if we were going to change. Just like we said, last year, there weren't any opposition in the wards. This year, again, there was no opposition. I mean, I guess you could look at that. They're okay with the job we're doing. The other thing is that it's just hard to get people to be active in a local government setting. I don't know that I would go for 4 years. I don't know for 3-year term. That's probably odd out there. Would be middle of the road instead of going 4.
And Stacy, I forgot to bring that information in, Linda. It allows us to set those terms, right? It doesn't prescribe either 2 or 4. We could do a 3-year term. Is that correct?
And
Doesn't have to go to a vote, though.
In any instance, any change would need to go to a vote, but it's prescribed what can happen.
Yeah, so any of these would have to go to a vote. I have the election calendar. Kearney has decided that theirs would go on the 2020 April election. If this is something you would want to do this year, we would have to get something out there in May to make the August election, or something in August to make the November election. Otherwise, it would fall to the next April election.
if we move forward with this, I would like to see it truthfully on a November election when you have the largest voter turnout usually. I know the municipal elections are in April, but something of this magnitude, if we are going to do it, I would like to see it on a November ballot.
I don't disagree with that.
I agree with that as well.
Are we able to get a little feedback from the residents on how they feel?
Maybe that can come under the strategic plan.
Absolutely. Yeah, and with the November election filing, the certification date would be August.
August 27th.
Mhm.
So do we want to,
That could be something that we could look at through the strategic planning.
so I think this should be a topic of the strategic plan and something we discuss in the board retreat and give staff direction at that time. Everybody good with that?
Sounds good.
Any new business for the board? Awesome. Well, item number 15. So, there's no further business, entertain a motion to adjourn to executive session. Alderman Wilson.
I move to adjourn to executive session pursuant section 610.021 RSMO.
Thank you. Alderman Homer.
Second that.
Second. Clerk, please call roll.
Alderman Wilson.
Aye.
Alderman Garver.
Aye.
Alderman Atkins.
Aye.
Alderman Chevalier.
No.
Alderman Hurlbert.
Aye.
4-1.